Oh, good morning. What day is it today? It's the 3rd of December. Sorry I haven't been doing many videos, but I've been so busy trying to do all this winter activities, like my old tempo outside here. I've actually got it all worked out now and all covered over. I did get a cover from Amazon, but it turned out to be only the front door. So Jim and I came up with this idea with the tarpaulin, and we cut it and restitched it so it would work. The problem with this is we have to sort of think about something logically now, because this is now but a great big kite, and how do we hold it down? Well, ratchet straps and 45-gallon drums full of water that is now ice. They're not going to move, and on the inside I've made some ratchet straps hold down to the concrete foundation, so it's not going to go anywhere. In fact, it's a great idea. Look at this, I don't have to clean my car off. See the Land Rover? Where is it now? There it is. Ah, they're a bugger to clean off when it's all icy. Anyway, less of that nonsense. Let's go inside. I want to have a chat about something. Right, that's better. A bit warmer in here than outside. I just want to say something to my American viewers, and in particular. If you've been on my web shop, you've noticed that I no longer offer a shipping service to the United States. It's all to do with Trump's tariffs, but it's nothing to do with anything vindictive. Americans could import goods into the United States up to the value of $800 free of charges and taxes. Well, great, that's no problem. Except on the 29th of August, Trump took it down to 0. So everything now has to have tariffs on it. Okay, well, that's all right. But the thing is, from Canada's point of view, that we have to, if it goes through Canada Post, we have to pay the tariff prior to shipping. Well, that doesn't mean that I pay it. I have to collect it from a customer. Now, this gets really complicated, and I had some sleepless nights over trying to work this out. Apparently I have to use a company called Zonos. What Zonos does is it sees on my web shop that there is an American customer. Then it puts a code on the Canada Post shipping label to say that the tariff has been paid. So Zonos will pay the tariff on the customer's behalf, but the customer has to pay me. You see how it gets complicated? Now, then, at the end of the month, I have to pay Zonos, or they take it off my credit card, plus they take a percentage fee of that. So, in fact, I have to pay to process tariffs. Now, the tariff for Canada is 35%, which makes no sense, really. But what I'm trying to say is that when a customer comes to checkout and sees there's an added 35%, he ain't going to buy it. So there's no point. So I just temporarily disabled Canada Post shipping to the United States. We can still send things by FedEx, not UPS. UPS is absolutely hopeless. I sent a clutch fork down to the States with UPS, and it was in Lachine warehouse for 2 weeks. It never moved. So FedEx is pretty good, but I haven't integrated it into my site. It's just too complicated. But if you want to get a clutch fork or anything like that, contact me and we'll work it out, and it's kind of easy. I do have the clutch forks here advertised on eBay, but obviously eBay I have to charge $20 extra because that's what they charge me for listing it. So, you know, I try to help people out, cut corners and things like that, but it's getting ridiculously complicated now. Anyway, that's that one thing. The other thing I've been working on is this. As a lot of you know, I do my clutch forks and things like this, and they've been extremely popular. So what I've done now is I'm starting to do some upgrades. And I bought a load of clutch forks in. Wait a minute, see if I can get this open. There we go. I bought a load of clutch forks, and as you know, I pre-fit the bushings in here. Well, I sort of ran out of bushings, and it's going to be another 2 weeks to get them made. But I've also been really busy. I've done a great big batch of these retainers here I did about 100 of them in the last few days. And so now when you get a fork, it's already pre-installed, and it's just that little bit loose. Now the reason why I've pre-fitted it, I know you have to take it off to get the rod in, but just to give you a show you that you don't tighten it up, you just do it a little bit loose, like the original thing is. You know, like these bloody hopeless things here. Rubbish. You'll also notice now I'm including some lithium grease. I managed to find some in sealed containers, just the right size for everything you need, and there's also a little staple on there as well, and there's some little instructions in there, places where to grease. Namely, you put the grease here, 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 and on the under the bearing. That works out nice. The only downside about this is I had to buy 300. I wish I'd found them years ago. Now another thing about this is, because I've added this and added this is that it throws the shipping price over 500 grams. It's crazy. Because it's over 500 grams, I've had to take these little things out. Now, I used to supply them, and I've still got a few. If you're really, really desperate, I've got some left. The thing was, I'm buying these from UK, shipping to Canada, and only shipping back again. It's pointless. But by not putting these in, I keep the same shipping price for this and this added, so it's going to be a better product and the same price. I guarantee it's going to be exactly the same price, but hang on to these little things of your own, all right? And you can pick these up, but they never wear out. You know, they never ever wear out. So that's one of the reasons why. Now, I'm still going to be doing, once I get some bushes, these little kits. These were really popular because they were very light for shipping. But there again, to keep the shipping price down, these had to go. I know they're not very expensive, but it made a kit. But like a lot of people are just throwing these away anyways, you know, because they're new in the kit. So like I say, I'm just waiting for the bushes to come in, and then that is that. Now I've got something else to tell you, can't remember what it is. Just wait a minute, I'll think of it. Yes, I remember now. I've been busy putting that parking heater into Deborah's camper. I got it all in, I did it a week ago. I didn't take any videos of it because it was like putting something into a little cubby box, really tight space. But I wasn't really happy with the fuel pipe that was provided. So yesterday I went up again in a snowstorm, -8, and redid the piping. But I used this stuff. This is the original Webasto line. I had a lot of it left over, well, I had a lot of bits. And of course with the proper pipe, not just a piece of old rubber, the proper fuel pipe connectors and screw type connectors, not those springy clip things, they're pretty useless. Now, the reason I did that was when I installed it, I installed it very quickly because I wanted to see if it worked, which it did, but it was a bugger to use this thing here. It would work the heater, but could I like get it to, I couldn't get it to purge, and neither could I get it to talk to the remote. So I just bought another one, and I haven't got it fitted yet. But the reason why I went back yesterday is, like I said, to replace that fuel pipe and see if I could find a better way of purging it through, because the first time we got it installed, I had a hell of a job with it. I had to stop and start it about 8 times because the pipe run is about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 meters. It's kind of a long stretch. So, well, it's maybe less than that, maybe 3 meters. But it was a bugger to purge. The only way we could purge it was by stopping and starting the controller again. I used to pull the fuse out just to reset it because it used to go through its cool down cycle and it hadn't even done anything. Not very happy with that until today. And I was chatting to, I think it was Dave on, by email, and he fitted a manual controller like this. Now the thing about that is, it's dead easy. And what my concern was, if Deborah ever runs out of fuel, we have to go through all that purging thing again, And yesterday when I purged it out for this by just starting and stopping the heater, wow, it took about half an hour, you know, and messing about. So those controllers, I thought, oh yeah, well that's okay, it's on and off and a heat thing. Okay, well that's going to be even simpler for Deborah, but how is it going to purge? And then I found out that by holding the off button for 3 seconds, it will purge until you press the button again. Perfect, absolutely perfect. No messing about with remote controls, and these things here have a multitude of different adjustments and, you know, a clock. You don't need any of that. So that's what I'm going to do. So that should be in a few weeks' time, and I'll go in to fit that. And the reason, like I say, is that if she ever runs out of diesel and you have to purge it again, I've got to drive up there and go through all that system. So with that type of thing, you just turn the knob to the heat you want. That's it. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. So that's what we've been busy with. It's been sort of manic. I've got a gearbox here that to put back together and do a video on, because JP and I weren't too happy about the way the bearings are fitting in this end cover. And you can see here, wait a minute, I've got one. Have I got one here? Yeah, here. Oh, here's one. I got 3 of them here. We made these little rings here. He did, and he puts it in the bearing as a support, because that rattles around. You'll see it on the video, but I've got that to put back together. Hopefully get that done before Christmas. And apart from that, that's it. I'm not going to go through the gearbox and show you, but I'll show you how to shim it up, because a lot of people ask me how I do that. But apart from that, yeah, it's been absolutely manic. So hopefully, oh, and it's Christmas coming up, isn't it? That's going to be even worse. I've been doing tyre changes as well. Don't like doing tyre changes on cars that are all covered in snow. Yeah, so that's it. We're all ready for winter. Well, winter's already here. All right, so that's just a few little updates, and we'll catch you later. Ta-da!